Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is one of the most searched things on YouTube, and I want to make this one the last YouTube driver videos essentially you'll ever have to watch. So many of my clients, when they first come in, struggle with hitting driver, and reason being is they don't understand the changes between setting up with an iron and a driver, and how if you try and set up like an iron and just move the ball position further forwards, it doesn't work. And for many of them, it produces a couple of things. It produces drives that spin up too much and don't go very far, produces drives that go left to right in the air, and very often just creates a lot of inconsistencies. So what I want to do today is create a YouTube video for you guys that basically answers those questions, shows you how to set up properly with the driver, and essentially answers that question of what you guys are searching for. So we're going to run through the entire driver setup, how it differs, how we're going to improve your spin loft as well, and that's incredibly important when it comes to increasing distance. But also what we're going to do is then create a really nice consistent base where you can hit from every time, and for a few of you this might even stop you hitting the ball from left to right just by changing your driver setup. However, I am going to do a second and a third part to this. This one is purely going to be just the setup. The second one, we're going to go a little bit now how the setup's going to help the golf swing. And then number 3 is going to be a few little helpful tips and tricks that you can do to help get a little bit more out of your driver. So let's get into the video. If you guys, by the way, want to see some more content on this, please remember to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. I'm starting to get into making a lot more content now. So yeah, let's get going into the video. So for me with the driver, I like to see somebody set up, ball off that left heel, width of feet just beyond the width of the hips. That's going to give me a really solid base where I can rotate and I can really create some turn. If I go too wide, and a lot of people are guilty of this, I can't turn as well anymore. So just beyond the width of the hips. Now I'm going to sit the driver shaft so it's at 90 degrees. So a great way to test that, start with the feet together. From there, I'm now going to step my right foot, leaving the shaft forwards. I feel now like the top of the shaft is pointing sort of more towards my left hip. Now this is the really important bit. This is what's going to make the driver setup unique compared to the irons. I'm going to push my hips slightly forward towards the target, and what that's going to do, just by pushing the hips, pushing the belt buckle to try and meet almost the top of the driver shaft, what that's going to do is help raise my left shoulder to help the club rise through the ball, but it's also going to put me in a position that I can reach further this way, and that's important because that's going to help us generate some stretch in the backswing. So if you imagine if I wanted to throw a ball a long way, I wouldn't start there and try and throw it. I'd have my hips sat that way. I'm going to make the biggest turn I can and rotate. And this is exactly the same. So in that setup, I've got my hips slightly forward. That's going to offset my spine slightly and head ever so slightly behind the golf ball. And the important thing here is my weight's still 50-50. I don't want to address it like a punch shot and get myself over the ball. And this is what a lot of people struggle with. When they have got the ball position there, the shoulders up, start leaning towards the ball. It's only going to mean I'm going to hit down and that ball pops in the air. So what I want to see is those hips push towards the target, weight still 50-50, and you can do a couple of steps here just to feel that, and that now is going to put me in the perfect position to hit up on the golf ball, to help me generate loads of width, to generate power, but also to help me generate the most club head speed from a nice stable base. So again, we're thinking about that upper body position. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my setup here. I'm going to push that left hip forwards, and then what I'm going to feel now is that lifts that left shoulder up, so it's suddenly in a more of an upward position, and this again is going to help me hit up through the ball. What I don't want to be is that way. That's bad. Having it this way, what I want to do is be that way with the hips forward. A lot of people I coach are forwards this way. That's going to mean I'm hitting down and across. What I want to do is get the hips forwards, and from here now that left shoulder's high. And that again is going to help me hit up through the golf ball. So I've got those hips forward, I've got that left shoulders up nice and high, and from there now that puts me in a position I can hit more up through the ball. So a really handy little tip or drill that you guys can do just to help make sure you get the lean right. Going to grab your driver, going to run it down the center of your jacket. So for me it's on my zip. Going to take my setup. What I'm going to do now is push my hips forward until the driver touches my left leg, and that's how much tip you want. So we're not going here, It's just a little bit of that sort of pressure or tipping of the hips towards the left side, and then I'm just going to make sure my weight then's at 50-50, and that is that perfect position. It's just a little something I wanted to add in there, just help you guys get the spine angle correct. Now I've got nose shaft lean, ball off that left side, and that's going to allow me to hit up and through the shot so much easier. So there we go. I really hope you actually enjoyed that video. As I say, it's something that I've wanted to make for a while. It's something I get asked all the time, and I want to kind of add my take to this. And it's probably quite a quick video. I have no doubt by the time it's edited, it's going to be 6-7 minutes, but I don't want to drag it out. I don't want to kind of just waste your guys' time. I want to give you something fast, punchy that you can watch, and you can even watch it at the driving range. But like I say, it's something I go through daily, and I just want to create that reminder for my in-person clients, but also help you guys out online as well. As I say, there will be 2 more parts to this. I still need to film the back 9 video at Skipton, that is coming. And I also have a new golf club in the bag, which is why I've been waiting for the back 9 video to introduce that. A bit all over the place. Anyway, we're gonna be producing hopefully still 2 videos a week. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. We'd love to hear from you guys on the comments below. We'd love to start to build a bit of community. So yeah, let me know if there's any videos you want to see. Someone commented last time saying that on my chipping video, they want to see how that works out the rough. I will make sure to do that for you, and I'll get that done. Guys, thanks for tuning in. See you soon.